Miresi Invisible Future can easily be a game changer in the gacha game industry. And I don't mean that lightly, and it's because of 3 core reasons. Reason 1, Control 9 is a team of veterans. Not only the veteran developers, but I'll explain deeper into that later into the video. Reason 2, the devs Control 9 are published by Smilegate and are an independent studio. And reason 3, Smilegate, the publisher, is a privately traded company, not private. Now, one by one, all of those may seem small, but I promise you, they all tie in together for why this game can really change the game industry, especially when we tie in the company's core foundation, their core motto into play. Now, point 1, the dev team. Now, a lot of us here who are interested in Miresi, probably the first thing we saw was, holy shit, these characters look good. Tieria, the thick nun, Itsuka, the Gyaru ninja, and Ende, the waifu who you can come home to and she cares about you. Now, these girls look great, but the full name of this man, and I want to do him justice, is Kim Hyung-seop, aka Hyula. And everyone knows him because the devs put him at the forefront. But when we look at the co-CEOs, they got just as stacked of a resume. So one of the co-CEOs is Kwon Se-wong, or Woong. And he was a director for Lineage M at NCSoft and a producer-director for Lost Ark Mobile. Bro, that's not just like being a dude who's like shoveling paperwork or getting the manager coffee. He was literally running the project, Jesus. He was running shit.
You can call me the manager, cause I'm running shit.
And the other co-CEO, Cho Soon-gu, was a producer-director for Seven Knights 2. So we got 2 men who know how to run a full-scale operation. Of one side, you got the MMO aspect, and the other side, you got classic gacha game RPG-ness in there. And some people are like, oh, Seven Knights was this, Lost Ark is this. They were the producer-directors or directors, making sure shit gets done on time, on schedule. So when making a team of devs, that's the thing you really want. And of course, I'm sure they got experienced developers. And I mean, come on, Hyula, he speaks for himself. He was the artist for Nikke. He was the artist who worked on Lost Origin for my 18 plus gooners out there. Y'all saying, oh, I hope Miresi could be like Brown Dust too. Hyula knows how to get it done. Ain't no worry about that, baby. And, finally, Destiny Child, which was another shift-up game that Hyula worked on. Now, this is where I really dug in deep and got super excited, because on the recruitment site, it says, and I quote, granted, it was in Korean, rather than following existing ways of making games, we are a company that develops using a new game grammar. Game grammar. I fucking love that. Because to me, when you talk about a game grammar, what does that mean Korea-wise? What does that mean just in general? Damn, what do I think of when I think of Mario, the original? Damn, press X to jump. That's a mechanic introduced into a game. Maybe a game having L2 to zoom in, or a over-the-shoulder camera, like how Resident Evil 4 really popularized it. It's adding mechanics that maybe by themselves aren't too new, but doing it in a way that stands out and is quite unique in a sense. So having that message, of course, it's just a message, but you can even check out my previous video on why I'm so stoked for the game gameplay-wise, and on just that alone. Even the hub system on what it could do mechanics-wise and system-wise compared to other games. But now we move on to point 2, which is that they're an independent studio. Now listen, I seen the worry. Oh no, Smilegate? Smilegate of Epic 7? The gear grind is, What? Smilegate? Smilegate of Chaos Zero Nightmare? Like, I like the roguelike gameplay, but a 50-50 with a 1% gacha system, an artifact system, and when you get dupes, it adds new traits to the characters. Yeah, I'm a peace out. And I don't blame them, because those systems suck ass, especially in a damn roguelike. But I'm getting off topic. A lot of people are worried because, the publisher of Smilegate is of Chaos Zero Nightmare, and Epic 7 is also the publisher of Chaos Zero Nightmare. But when you look at Miresi, Invisible Future, and its development team, Control 9, there's a different relationship that you have to really look into. Control 9 is an independent contractor. Chaos Zero Nightmare and Epic 7 are in-house development teams by super creative. So all the
Greedy little tactics Smile Games wants to throw in there, and a little bit of 50-50, and a little bit of gear RNG with the artifacts.
we may get some of that, and I pray to God we don't. But, and I'm not saying this is gonna happen 100%, but they're less held to those same stipulations and regulations, I'm assuming, if they're not literally built by the same suits. So here's hoping to, and crossing our fingers. And now, point 3. And this is more speculative than anything. And again, I'm pretty sure I've said this in the beginning of the video, but a massive shout out to Not Your Moms in the Reddit community on Miresi, because he provided me this list and I did my own research and try to make sure I add the points where I can, but shout out to him. And point 3 is that Smilegate is privately owned. Now, most gacha game companies are public, obviously, but I want to take a look at a prime example, right? We take a look at Nikke, Goddess of Victory. When the game was announced, closed beta, trailers, the goon, the jiggle, the
tasteful thickness of it.
Oh my god. Oh, it even has a watermark. It was that thick. You could put a P for PNG on that thing because that thing was fat. Damn. But here's where it got sticky. Because when the game came out, labeled, marketed, anticipated as a quote-unquote gooner game, things weren't really adding up. The gameplay, it was good. It was unique. We hadn't seen that before. It had English voice acting. It was rather high quality. It was behind the cover gameplay. That was cool. But as new characters came out and the players data mined the info of characters, they saw that more and more characters that were coming out were getting censored. What's the deal with that? Now, again, this is a lot of speculation, but if we take a look at the publisher side of things, Shift Up, which is now publicly owned, has teamed up with Level Infinite, which is a Chinese company, which is like, okay, does the censorship with China affect that? No. Publicly traded, might be Chinese censorship, might be trying to get as broad of an audience instead of, going for what they know suits them. So you run into a lot of it speculation, a lot of it conjecture. But when you start to get suspicious, you can stay suspicious and capricious. I don't even know if that's a word. I think I made it up, but still. And with those 3 points, and seeing how Miresi and Control 9, the development studio behind the game, can really separate themselves, it makes me really, really excited. And I want to bring a case to another point. Then, again, shout out to Not Your Moms in the Miresi Reddit, because this man's the GOAT. He shared a interview by Noisy Pixel with Hyula, the lead artist. And there's a part that was highlighted that I really want to just read to you all. The first thing I want to show is the quality of my artwork, he said. His second priority is sensual character appeal. Rather than following what he described as standardized character types seen across many current subculture games, Hyula said he wants Miresi to retain a more direct appeal for its core male audience. He openly discussed the cast in terms of waifu appeal and said he wanted to present sexuality in his own style instead of minimizing that part of the artwork. Damn, ain't it beautiful? Have someone have a creative vision, know their core audience, and stick to it. I damn might shed a tear for how respected I feel. And I just want to show this interview here where Hyula was talking about his design philosophy.
I think you can see that there are a lot of proportions I want to show you. But isn't the Yende the most ideal reference point? When you first look at it, you see the top as a mountain. Now, if you think about it a bit and then go down and add volume, it's a reversal impression, right? The impression remains slender, but there's also volume. I thought it would feel that way, so I did a lot of research in that direction and developed it a lot. But my 2D art has also changed a lot.
How he worked on that, making the characters like a mountain up top, slender at the hips and thickness at the bottom, like a wine glass, the beauty of a woman. Man, I know. I'm thinking about the Reddit Miresi community. It was a post a while back where this is completely random, but someone commented, damn, her hips are too wide. And then someone said something like, a person when a woman is actually thick, a BBW would kill them. I just thought that was freaking hilarious. But in general, I'm super hyped for this game, obviously. The channel's name is Miresi Lab. No one was talking about this game. Screw it, I'll do it myself because I'm hyped. Where's the videos out? Shit, I'll do it myself. I'll deep dive myself because this game is so cool. And I feel it's not getting enough love it really deserves. Again, even though it hasn't even had a close beta or alpha or anything, just because I'm excited. Damn, this game looks dope. And I love the fact that they've been doubling down, knowing that they have their core audience, knowing, keeping the player engagement and the just being open to feedback, making sure that they're doing demos, taking feedback. It's just, damn, it's beautiful. Damn, 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 damn. So before I end this video, I do want to end on this point one more time, just rereading the quote. Rather than following existing ways of making games, we are a company that develops using a new game grammar. Now, of course, we haven't even seen a closed beta yet, but I am hopeful, excited, and just all around, as they say, stoked to see what they can deliver. But I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I'm trying to get to the creator program, so if you'd like to subscribe, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine. I appreciate you watching. But, you know, trying to get to 100 subs, and we're getting there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was able to bring you guys some value and maybe get you as hyped as I am. Deuces, boys.